are going to discuss about Python. Before that, we will just once recall what we saw in previous video. Recalling Python variables and operators. What are the variables, operators, and introduction we will discuss once again. Python created by Guido van Rossum, released in 1991. The programming in Python, we will use two types, interactive mode and script mode. Interactive mode means it's a coding. And input-output functions, we saw it, and tokens, operators, literals, and data types. Operator means, what are the operators we are using in Python? Arithmetic, logical, relational. And each and every operator, before we want to put a Python prompt shift right symbol. Same as literals and data types, we will use as a numeric, boolean, float. These are the literals and data types we already discussed in previous video. Now we will enter into the chapter control structure. A program, the statement that jumps from one part of the program to another is called control structure or control statement. In Python, there are three important control structures are there. Listen here. First one is sequential, second is alternative or branching, and third one is iterative or looping. What is a sequential statement? It means sequence of statements which are executed one after another is called a sequential statement. See the example here. Print hi welcome, print 11, second line, Bangalore. This is the input we are given in the program. See the output here. Hi welcome, 11, second line, Bangalore. What are the input we are given that will be displayed as an output in a sequence way? This is called as a sequential statement. Next. Alternative or branching. What we are using in Python is three ways we can provide it an alternative or branching. First one is simple if statement, second one is if else statement, third one is if elif statement. Let's see what is a simple if statement. It's a decision making statement. The syntax of if statement is we want to given a if followed by a condition and statement block. See the example here. Here x is a variable. Here we are given a variable to initialize a value, enter your age. And condition is if x greater than or equal to 18. If the condition is true, you want to print you are eligible for voting. See the output here. Enter your age 23. The condition we are applying here is 23 greater than or equal to 18. It's true. So you are getting an output as you are eligible for voting. In simple if statement, we will use only one condition and one statement block. Next, if else statement. It checks the true block as well as false block. The syntax is if condition by followed by a statement block 1, else statement block 2. What is the procedure we are following in if else statement is if a condition is true, statement block 1 will be executed. If a condition is false, the statement block 2 will be executed and displays as the output. So simple, we are using one condition and two statement blocks in if else statement. Next, nested if elif statement. Elif can be used instead of else. So we can pronounce this as a nested if else statement. See the syntax of nested if. If condition 1 followed by statement block 1, elif condition 2, statement block 2, else statement block n. So there is a many condition and many statement blocks we can use in if else statement. That's why it's called as nested if else statement. If the condition is true, statement block 1 will be executed. If condition in if is false, it goes to elif statement and condition 2 will execute it. If it is true, statement block 2 is executed. If the condition is false in elif statement also, it will skip to else statement and the default value will be executed and printed as an output. Next, iteration or looping statement. The user need to execute a block of code several times until the condition is satisfied. That is called a looping or iteration. In looping, we are using two ways in Python. What are they? While or for. I think we are already studying in C++. There are three ways of looping. What are they means? While loop, for loop, do while loop. But in Python, we are using only two ways. That is while and for loop. See the syntax of while loop. While followed by condition, statement block 1. Else, statement blocks 2. This is the optional one. We already studied in C++. There will be only while followed by condition statement block 1 in C++. But in Python, we are giving an else statement also. See the example here. I equal to 10 while I less than or equal to 15. Print I end equal to slash tab I equal to I plus 1. Here I is a variable. We are applying the 10 as a value for the variable by a operator equal to. This equal to operator is called as assignment operator. And we are applying a condition in while I less than or equal to 10. After applying the value, each and every value need to print and slash t for a tab space. Okay, we are giving a space for each and every element. Then I equal to I plus 1. It's a updation. We already studied in C++. Looping follows a 3 conditions. What are they? Initializing, test condition, updation. See here, what is the output here? First we are applying a value for I. 10 less than or equal to 5. It's a condition true. So print the value of I here, 10. Then, now the value of I is 10 plus 1. So 11. Here going for 11, I equal to 11. Condition 11 less than or equal to 15. Condition is true. Again we are printing the I value as 11. Then apply the 11 as a I value. Then increment it. 11 plus 1 equal to 12. Now I gets a value 12. 12 less than or equal to 15. Condition is true. Print the I value with tab space. Then this incrementation will follows when means I less than or equal to 15. If a condition 15 less than or equal to 15, the condition will goes and iteration follows like this. So the statement block 1 is kept executed till the condition is true. The else part of while is optional part in while. Else part is executed when the condition is tested false. So in each and every while and for loop, we must follow initializing, test condition, statement block and updation. Till the condition getting false, the execution will be repeated as the process I already teached you. For loop. It is also an entry check loop. The condition is checked in the beginning. If it is true, statement block 1 is executed. Otherwise, the loop is not executed. See the syntax for it. For followed by the variable statement block 1. But in C++, we doesn't use any range function types in for loop. But in Python, we are using a range function. Range function is none other initial, final and increment values applying in a for loop in Python. So start value, start and step. So initial, final and increment value we are applying in a range function in for loop. Next, jump statements in Python. There are 3 keywords to achieve a jump statements in Python. One is break, another one is continue and finally pass. Already we saw in C++ what is the use of break and continue. Break terminates a loop containing in it and continue means unlike the break statement and skip and start with next iteration. Finally, the new concept is pass. It's nothing, it's a null statement. If can apply or doesn't apply, no process will be and no output will be executed. Finally, what are the objectives we assign in this video is control structure, types of control structure, looping, types of looping, jump statement. Next class or next video, we will discuss about some other different and innovative topic of Python. Thank you.